Today we have some very exciting updates for people who are using documents in CrewTrax. And if you're not using documents in CrewTrax, you are really missing out. It's extremely useful. So I'm going to be telling you how to copy, move, export, and even edit documents from within the web app of CrewTrax. All of these things used to be either difficult or impossible. Now they are easy. So first of all, you'll see I'm here in our organization documents folder. This was often the place we would always put documents that you want to have accessible to everyone every day. It was just the easiest place to put it so that everyone could see it. But sometimes you want these things attached to a certain job, like this JHA. We actually want this document attached to a job every day, but it was just such a pain to copy it to each individual job. We would often just put it in the organization documents folder and then have the guys in the field fill out the job name, and that way we wouldn't have to actually upload this document over and over and over for each individual job. Well, in just a second, I'm going to show you how to quickly and easily put this on every single job, but first, watch this. I'm going to click on it, and it opens up a document editor right here within CrewTrax. And this is actually a real mistake I made. I filled out these two fields right here before uploading, and it's always been kind of a pain. I've never gone back and deleted those and re-uploaded the document because it is kind of a pain. But now right here within CrewTrax, I can delete that and save. I'm glad this message came up because I want to clarify. Right now I am editing a base document in the base document editor. In the past, in CrewTrax, the only way to edit a document was out in the field in the mobile app, and it would create a new document submission, usually with edit 1 added to the end of the name of the document. This is not an edit 1. This is not a field submission. This is an edit on the base document. Just like this message says, this is a base document. Any changes you make will only show up on new document submissions. Existing submissions will not be changed. Yeah, and that last sentence is important to remember as well. We have used this JHA in the past. None of those past submissions are changed by the edits I'm making now. It's only from now on when someone opens this base document, they'll see the version without the numbers there that I accidentally input and never deleted. Okay, so I'll save that. And now I've just made this base document truly blank again. It's a good base document to start from. So let's go back to documents. Now if you want to double check, you can click and see those two numbers have been deleted. So let's go back to documents again. Now I'm ready to copy this document into all of my jobs. I'll just click on the three dots here, click copy, click on job, and here's all my jobs. But wait, something important to remember is this by default only shows me jobs that have documents, so let's go ahead and show empty folders. So now I'm going to see all of my job folders. And I'll just select each of my jobs here. And by the way, these selections are retained if I navigate elsewhere. For this particular example, I'm probably all set. I just wanted to select all my jobs. But if I wanted to go up and then go into my equipment and select a piece of equipment, I'm going to deselect it now because I don't actually want it. Then if I go back to jobs, they're all still selected. So you can navigate wherever you want, copy this document into as many different places and contexts as you want. Once you click copy, it's going to confirm that it's going to all the right places, so you can scroll through. Well, I have to scroll because I chose a pretty big list. So just make sure you have the right document up here, and then it's going to all of the right places, and then you can choose the properties for that new copy. Right now this is set exactly the way I want it. I want to allow field access. I don't necessarily want it to be required every day, and I don't want it to be a multi-day document, and I'm not going to set automatically download. I'll just click confirm, and now all my jobs have that JHA attached to them. Now if you want to go one step further, a really important goal for us at CrewTrax is to keep things really simple for the people in the field. And if you share that goal with us, if you know the value of making things simple for the guys in the field, you could now go into the job. Let's go to this Green Oak Sidewalk, open up that JHA we just copied in there, and I can actually start filling out some of these fields for them. Again, I am in the base document editor here. So whatever I do here will be in the document when someone in the field opens it up and begins editing it for the first time on their side. So I know I'm in the Green Oak Sidewalk job, so that's the site here. The job number is J1. And if there's any other information that you know will be the same pretty much every day, you can fill it out in advance, hit save. Now in the Green Oak Sidewalk job, this JHA already has some information filled out for the guys in the field. It's going to save them a little bit of time every single day. And I could go back to my jobs list, go to the next job, and save these guys some time as well. You can pre-fill out items in each job or equipment or crew or wherever your document lives so that when the guys in the field open it up, those bits will already be filled out for them. And some people have been doing this already, but you had to edit it in some other program and then upload it individually into CrewTrax. Now you can do it all within CrewTrax itself. So let's save those changes. Yep, confirm and go back to documents. Now let's look at a slightly different paradigm here. Let's say within a certain job you have a bunch of documents you want to copy into that one job, as opposed to putting one document into a bunch of different jobs. Let's look at this Tower at Ninth job. Now, if I want to copy items to here, look at this. Now I could navigate all over CrewTrax and find each individual document that I want to put into this Tower at Ninth job, or I can just go right here into the Tower at Ninth job folder and click copy to here. Before I do that, let's actually go to the jobs list, and just to clarify, everything we've done so far has been within the documents menu item here. I'm actually going to jobs now, and I'm going to go to that Tower at Ninth job, and from within the job itself there is also a copy to here button right here, and you also have the copy button for the list of documents within the job. So whatever context you're using, whether it's the document navigator or you're actually looking at the job itself, or you're looking at a crew or equipment, anything that can have documents attached to it has these options to copy to here or to copy that document to any other locations. So let's use this copy to here button and let's find a few documents we want to copy here. Now I actually prepared ahead of time and I created this folder called Common Job Docs in the organization documents, and that might be a good idea for you as well. Or you could create a folder for each job type, like maybe you do concrete jobs, concrete cutting, and masonry. You could have a folder for each job type so that when you create a new job, and it's that job type, you open up that folder and you copy all of the documents from that folder to the new job all at once using the copy to here button. But for my example, I just have one folder of documents that I often like to see on our various jobs. So let's grab this JSA, we'll grab this coronavirus attestation, and again, it's going to save any selections I've made here so I can navigate elsewhere. Maybe we'll go into the crew folders, go into this masonry crew, grab this emergency contact list, click copy, and it's going to bring in those 3 documents that I selected. But there's a new checkbox in this confirm dialog, and that is this one right here. Because we're copying 3 different documents, I can say, you know what, just keep the properties that those individual documents have before copying and bring them over into this job with all the same properties they already have. Or I can uncheck that and just select certain properties for these documents as I copy them right now. In this case, I'm just going to allow field access and leave the rest unchecked. So I'll confirm, and there we go. And it just occurred to me I now have a job hazard analysis and a job safety analysis. Those are kind of the same things. And even though this is just an example I'm kind of making up on the fly, it's bothering me, so I'm going to delete that and keep this job nice and clean. And of course, I can go into this JSA and start pre-filling out information for the guys in the field to save them a little bit of time. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the job view. Now in this example, I only have 3 documents in this job, but we've seen where some jobs get dozens of documents, and it starts making sense to add folders to organize those documents. So let's go ahead and add a new folder, and we'll call this Safety Documents. Now, if I wanted to move any of these documents into that folder in the past, I'd have to open that folder and upload the document and then delete it from out here. Now it's much easier. Let's take this JSA, click the 3 dots, choose Move, select that folder, and move. Confirm, and it's moved into that folder. I can do the same thing with this coronavirus document. Move and confirm. We're good to go. Now I do want to mention this move feature is just intended for use within a certain job or within a piece of equipment or a crew or whatever context you're working in. And the reason for that is once some of these documents have been edited and submitted from the field, they are attached to this job. If we then move the base document to a different job, it causes a real mess on the back end with the data to know which job that document actually belongs to. So this move feature is intended for you to help you stay organized within a job or within a piece of equipment. If you need to move something to another job entirely, it's better just to make a copy of the document in that new context. Okay, now that we have these documents all set up for this tower job, let's go ahead and schedule some people to work on it. Bear with me for just a second. Oh, this is worth mentioning. So I copied all of these items into the Tower at Ninth job, but they still exist in the organization documents because that used to be the best way to handle this. What I'm probably going to want to do is go back into my documents section here, go to my organization documents, and turn off field access for these items that I'm not really using anymore to give guys in the field access from the organization documents context. Instead, I'm going to have these items that are actually attached to each job. Okay, I'll save that schedule. And normally the next step would be for someone in the field, log into CrewTrax, open that schedule, and clock in, right? But let me show you some things you can do from the web app now. I'm going to view this schedule. Now if we look at the submitted documents section, again, this daily report isn't very impressive because no one in the field has actually touched it. But usually what you would see is submitted documents because someone opened up the base document, made an edit, and then saved, and that becomes a submitted document. Well, now from the web app, because we have the ability to edit documents within the web app, we can actually manage document submissions from right here within the web app. So this is actually the same folder structure that someone would see in the mobile app in the field, except we can see these 6 organization documents that I turned off field access for because I'm not in the field, I'm in the office, so I still have access to these. In the field, all they would see is this job folder, they'd see the tower at 9th, and they would see this document as well as this folder with the 2 more documents. So far, no one in the field has touched this, but now that I'm in a schedule, in a daily report, I can open up this document and create a new submission as if someone had filled it out in the field. So let me just make a couple really quick edits, and we'll just do that one. We'll save that, and it's going to ask for a new name just like in the mobile app. It's going to default to edit 1, which is fine. I'll just click OK, and it's going to save a new submission of this document on that schedule. And then back to the schedule, and we'll see it's just as if someone had submitted a document from the field. Now, whether you've created a new submission from the office or this actually came from someone in the field, you can then go in and edit this submitted document. So there are really 2 different ways to edit documents in the web app. There's the base document editor I talked about before that doesn't create a new submission, it doesn't edit an existing submission, it just edits a base document. But once you go into a schedule or into a daily report here, whether you're managing a new document submission or you're clicking on a submitted document, you are now using the submitted document editor. And what you just saw me do, I clicked Manage Document Submissions. I clicked on a base document, but it opened up the editor for me to create a document submission. Now I can click on the submitted document, and it will let me edit this Edit 1 version. And I can do everything on this document that you could do on the mobile app. I can fill out the fields, obviously. I can add a signature. That's my beautiful signature. And I have all these drawing tools up here as well. I can just draw all over this. It even has all the color and background options like you have in the app. I'm not going to take the time to go through all the details of the different edit tools here. Suffice it to say, everything that you can do in the mobile app, you can now do from the web app. Okay, now just a reminder, I opened up Nate.jsa Edit 1, so if I save this, it's not going to create a new submission. I'll go back to the schedule here. It just edited this submission of the Nate.jsa, which was already named Edit 1. Okay, let's talk about the updates we've made to exporting submitted documents. First of all, if you didn't know this is one of the coolest things about CrewTrax that way too few people are aware of, and that is, if you have a bunch of submissions of different documents and you want to see all the data from those documents in one spreadsheet, you can do that right here. Just choose to export as a CSV, and if a certain document has been submitted 100 times, you'll get a spreadsheet with 100 rows, and each column will be the fields from that PDF. And that is freaking awesome, and the people who are using it are loving it. So if you didn't know about that, now you know, use it. But this has gotten even better. Now in my example company here, I don't have a lot of documents for us to export and look at, but this actually isn't a new feature, the fact that it goes to a spreadsheet. So I'm not actually going to show you the spreadsheet today, but I do want to show you that when you're choosing your base documents to export from, you can navigate all over the place and choose from a bunch of different folders. It used to be you could only choose documents from within one folder. Well, now that we can so easily copy an identical document to 100 different jobs, it makes a lot of sense to be able to go into a job, grab this JHA, go into another job, grab this JHA, and you maybe just want to export a whole bunch of identical documents into one spreadsheet. And quick note, this little checkbox means I selected all the documents within this folder. There was just that one. This little dash means I selected something within the folder, but not everything. And of course, the empty box means I haven't selected anything inside that folder. So I'll go ahead and click select, but I think, yeah, I don't have any documents here to export in these parameters. But again, the fact that you can export as a CSV isn't a new feature. I mainly just wanted to highlight the fact that you can navigate all over the place and select from a bunch of different folders. You couldn't do that before. So in summary, CrewTrax now gives you the ability to copy a document to several locations, copy several documents to a single location, move documents into and out of folders, edit documents from within the web app, and that includes the base document editor and the submitted document editor, and also allows you to select from multiple folders for CSV exports. And we hope you'll agree that all of this takes us a few steps further in fulfilling our purpose to help and innovate for the people who build and maintain our world. We would love your feedback, and we would love to help you, so please reach out anytime with any questions. And enjoy these new time-saving updates.